Welcome to another edition of Clicks on the Side. This weekend I have an upcoming event where we are doing a 400-point theme team in the modern age. This is still before the new rotation, so keep that in mind when you see at least one of these teams. Most of these are going to be modern going into the future, but there is one that is definitely going to be retired. The first team I want to talk about is my Suicide Squad team. I'm actually looking forward to this one a lot, just because I've been a fan of Suicide Squad for years, and I just like all the options that you can have. Starting off with this team, we have Black Manta from the Rebirth set at 75 points. Then we are going to have King Shark from the Harley Quinn set at 90 points. We are also going to have Nightshade from the Harley Quinn set at 50 points. She's going to be a very important part, as she actually has the Suicide Squad team ability. Next, we're going to the WKOs with Captain Cold at 65 points. Personal favorite of mine. We're going to have Heat Wave as well at 65 points. And rounding out the team is, from Harley Quinn set as well, the rare Harley Quinn at 50 points. So that's also, just to make it an even, give us 400, we are going to have the Harley Quinn ID, which we'll use to call in title Harley Quinn. And the main focus of this team is going to be the Black Manta and King Shark. Pretty much we're going to hide behind the barriers of Heat Wave and Captain Cold. As you see, the Ice Wall and Flame Wall there. Just pretty much offset, use one's barrier, then the next turn use the other to keep our guys protected. But we want to use that so we can get in a position to use Black Manta's the Black Pearl, where he uses a power to generate up to 4 water terrain markers within range, each adjacent to at least one other, and at least one marker must be adjacent to Black Manta. You can read the rest, but that's the important part, as we're going to team that up with King Shark's Me and My Chum. Sidestep. Free. If King Shark occupies water terrain, move him up to his speed value. So if you get that right off the bat, you have a sidestep for 2 already. Add on the additional 9 you can move with for free, and then he can flurry with that 11 attack and 4 damage. I believe that's exploit weakness. With exploit weakness and shape change, that's just going to be nasty, and hopefully knock out a heavy hitter in one strike. And then hopefully there will be plenty of hindering terrain, so we can make use of Nightshade and all of her shenanigans when it comes to stealth and hindering. And in a pinch, we can always call in Title Harley for her amazing energy explosion. Under Candygram, -2. Free energy explosion for this turn. When Harley Quinn uses it, modify attack +3, and after resolutions, give each hit character an action token. So that, it's very hard to miss. So that's just going to be very nice to have a one-shot. And then with her dial, she'll be hard to take out in one turn, as long as you keep her protected. So those are the main ideas behind my Suicide Squad. The other thing with it is, since there are only six members, you can take advantage of the only six of us trait that King Shark and Harley Quinn has, where they both have stealth, improved movement through hindering, and since there's six, this +1 to all combat values. So I mentioned it was an 11 before with 4. That'll make it a 12 for 5 damage with exploit weakness and flurry. So I feel like that could be pretty dangerous. And then even if you do end up losing one character, use your Harley Quinn call in. That turn you have 6 characters again. And as far as I understand it, that means that goes back into effect. The only 6 of us trait, as long as the call in is on the board. Alright, next up we have the Teen Titans. All of these pieces are from the new Rebirth set for 400 points. It has some risk, but some major reward. So I'm tempted to try to use it for the event. Let me know what you think. Starting off with the super rare Starfire. And we're going to be using her at the full 100 points. Next we have the super rare Robin, who we will only be using at the 75 point marker. That is my favorite sculpt of this set. Chase is included, by the way. We next go with the rare Robin at 50 points. I'm sorry, the rare Raven at 50 points. The uncommon Ravager at 75 points. The common Cyborg at 50 points to give us a little bit more range. And then probably one that's not as common in builds right now, but I think she has potential. Uncommon Terra at 50 points. Now, the main reason she's in here is because of the potential I saw in the 300 point build I did, where Starfire was at 50 points, and there's no Cyborg. And that is where her TK, with her special there, Geokinesis, Quake, Telekinesis, was going to come into play. I know a lot of people are turned off by that traitor trait. But I feel as long as I keep her protected enough, which she would be in the background for what I'm aiming to do. The main focus would be focusing on her TK and... where is it? And then, of course, Raven's transportation there, traveling through my soul self. Essentially, Starfire is the big hitter here. Ravager's nothing to be messed with either, but Starfire's the key piece with her hypersonic. What I was thinking here is, while I move the other pieces up, since most of them are more melee than range, Ravager and Robin, is to let her go ahead and get up in the fight close enough with her hypersonic, then come back close enough to where Terra's going to be to TK Starfire back to safety with her. That way she holds on to her energy, her special energy explosion. I'm not too worried about Robin and Ravager once they get up close. And even if you can get other characters adjacent to Robin with that special defense, it'll modify their defense +1. I like it. I'm not as in love with it as the Suicide Squad team that I made. I am a big fan of this Ravager, especially with the damage power with exploit, weakness, and perplex, plus a chance with probability control for attacks for her or against her. So I feel like she is going to be a key player in this build. I see potential, and I'm looking forward to giving it a try at some point. I just don't know if this Sunday is going to be that time. Alright, the last team I want to showcase is an oldie but a goodie. They are still technically modern, which is the best type of technically. And that is going to be the Ravagers from the Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 2 set. It just seems fun to me to play them, but I don't see them as possibly being a serious threat, because only 2 of the pieces are heavy hitters. The rest is going to be mainly luck. The main piece is going to be Chase Yondu from that set, which I love this sculpt. When I was able to get a hold of this piece, I was very excited. Was not able to pull him. I did find a booster, a case at a target, but I was not lucky enough to pull him. I actually had to go out and get him. But he's going to be the main hitter, along with the rare Star-Lord, which I was lucky enough to hit in that gravity feed. Love this sculpt, love this character. So those are the 2 big guys. But they do have their lieutenants when it comes to the rare Kraglin, who is more of a support. He does have energy explosion there at the beginning with running shot, but as you can see, not much defensively. But you can't have a Ravager team without Kraglin. And then unfortunately, you also can't have a Ravager team without the infamous Taserface. So I got Taserface in there for 60 points as well. He is also a rare, and I was not lucky enough to pull him. I had to go out of my way to get him. I did, however, hit both of the Aishas in that set. I have the full Guardians Volume 2 set, which I am very proud of. So as you can see, that's 300 points. Well, it's supposed to be a 400-point team. So back when this set was popular, I went out of my way to stock up on Ravagers. Ravagers have a key trait called A Pirate's Life for Me. During force construction, you may pay 20 points for this character. If you do, at the beginning of the game, choose a starting line. During force construction, you may pay 10 points each for up to 4 of this character. If you do, at the beginning of the game, an opponent must choose a distinct starting line. As you can see, they do have 4 starting lines there. Now, with that wording, to me that says you can have up to 4 of these guys at 10 points. But you can also have them in there at 20 points. So 4 of these at 40 points, 3 at 20, 4 of those at 10 points each, 3 of them in there at 20 points each. We now have our 400. While they are not all too intimidating, I'm hoping that just the sheer number of them, by having them up there as pretty much a force field, could be beneficial. That way it just keeps my opponent's players in place for both Yondu and Star-Lord to try to pick them off from range. Maybe with a little help with Kraglin, as he does have that energy explosion. But Taserface won't be much help until he gets up close and personal. And then Star-Lord has that leadership too, and his special attack where Star-Lord can use Energy Explosion and Precision Strike, and all of his attacks cause knockback. And then, of course, he does have the you know who we are. If Star-Lord is the first character to attack an opposing character this turn, that action does not count against your action total. That doesn't hurt at all. So those are just a few of the teams I'm thinking about trying out here at the next event. Actually, it's going to be on Sunday. So let me know in the comments what you think, where they could be improved, which team you think has a better chance of success. And thank you for tuning in to another edition of Heroclix on the Side. I'm hoping to have the unboxing video for Avengers, Black Panther, and the Illuminati as soon as I can. Thank you very much, and have a good day.